that we just passed, that is really important for getting tax reform done.
Really important indeed, 216 to 212. How soon might it happen? We'll be watching our calendars carefully, but I would put money on the fact that it's likely to make it over the finish line before year's end. We'll see together.
Sometimes when they don't have a deadline, it does not move, so we'll see in the end what happens.
Exactly right.
Thank you, Kevin Cork from the North Lawn. Sandra has more now on all this.
For more on this, let's bring in Chris Wallace, anchor of Fox News Sunday. Chris, good to see you after what feels like a long week, but perhaps a good week for this White House.
Well, it certainly has ended up better than it started, with Bob Corker and Jeff Flake going after the president earlier in the week. But obviously the revelations about Hillary Clinton and the Democrats and the Clinton campaign buying or funding that Russian dossier certainly blunts a lot of the efforts to talk about Trump collusion. And then the victory yesterday on passing the budget. I will say these are short-term victories for the president, but their long-term impact is still to be determined. And let me explain both. On the one hand, the fact that Hillary Clinton, or at least her campaign and the DNC, was doing business with a foreign national, a British spy, to get information from the Russians for this dossier, certainly blunts the idea, well, it was the Trump campaign, and it was outrageous that the Trump campaign was having anything to do with the Russians to maybe affect the election, because this is far more evidence than we've ever seen from involving President Trump and his campaign, that the Democrats were directly involved in trying to get information from the Russians to affect the 2016 campaign. Now, having said that, we still don't know about Robert Mueller, the investigation. You know, both things could be true, that both sides were trying to get aid from the Russians, and it certainly seems true that the Russians were playing both sides to try to disrupt the election. So we still have to wait and see, but there's more evidence at this point of Democratic collusion with the Russians than there is of Republican collusion with the Russians. As far as the victory in the budget is concerned, a big victory, important first step, but it was a very close vote.
It was close.
That's what I was going to say. 20 Republicans voted against